Like 95.9, and it's our... No, wait a minute. Sorry. Thinking another program. One, two, three. The Light 95.9 on the morning show. Jim Burnett with you. Great to be with you this morning. I'm excited. We have two very special people who will join us for a couple of minutes. The director of the Tuscarawas County Job and Family Services, David Haverfield, is with us. And a very special guest, the founder of Newsymom, Michaela Madison. David, I was reading about the great interest of what's going on with the Department of Job and Family Services in Tuscarawas County, the Birthday Buddies program, and Newsymom. And the founder of Newsymom is with us today, Michaela Madison. Michaela, I'm going to get to you in a moment, but David, can you talk a little bit about the Birthday Buddies program? I think this is so neat.
Absolutely. This was an idea that Michaela came up with and brought to me, and we were really excited about it. They are providing handwritten birthday cards for our kids that are in foster care with an encouraging message in there for them, which is really great because sometimes, our kids are away from their families around their birthday. Those are tough times for them, and it's just sort of a way to kind of send a positive message to them and let them know that people in the community are thinking about them on their birthday.
And Michaela joins us now. Michaela, I think this is so neat. It really is. Can you give a little background how this all started? Newsymom, I like the name. How did you begin this?
Well, I've been a news journalist in this area for about 10 years. And when I had my daughter in May of 2016, being a person who seeks out information just through my career, I wanted something that only focused really specifically on information that would affect me as a parent or affect my child. And, that information is covered through local outlets, but not necessarily on a regular, every single day basis. And I didn't necessarily find exactly what I was looking for, and so I created it, and it truthfully started as an idea of a mom on maternity leave, more or less as a hobby. And then as I started to lean on what is now an incredible team, it just continued to grow and blossom, and because of my team, has really grown to this where we're creating fantastic partnerships with agencies like Job and Family Services and others, and it has grown to be more than I ever expected.
Well, Michaela, I really commend you because this is a great idea. You really have a compassion and caring for kids, being your mom yourself. And how'd you come up with Newsymom? I like that. That's a kind of a catchy phrase?
Yeah, it's actually kind of a funny story. Like I mentioned, while I was on maternity leave, I just started kind of throwing this idea around within myself. And I thought, sometimes stay-at-home moms can get maybe a rap of being a little nosy or a little maybe too into other people's lives
Yeah.
because, for whatever reason. And I thought, what if we as moms utilized our energy to be newsy, to be maybe into what's happening in our communities and involved with what's happening in our society and use that education and information while we're raising our children.
Well, being a journalist, you got a creative mind. That's great. It really is. That's marvelous. David, how's the Birthday Buddies program going so far?
So far, it's great. We just started beginning of this year, so they brought in the first batch of cards for us, and we've gotten those on their way out to our foster kids. So it's too early to hear any feedback yet, but I'm sure they're going to be very excited to receive them. They're really nice cards with, as I said before, really positive, inspirational messages, and letting the kids know that people care about them.
All right, David, I know you can't name who writes all the staff. Does Michaela help? How does this work?
Michaela and her staff write the cards. They kind of, we gave them a list of our kids and their birthdays, and they write the cards up. And then, of course, their last names, identifying information is confidential, so they bring in the cards without an address on them, and we, address them and mail them to the kids.
David, Michaela or David, any feedback on this? I mean, when the kids get the cards, you hear from the foster parents?
I think it's too early yet. I'm
Okay.
not sure we will. We just sent out the first batch of those last week, so I'm sure we will get some positive feedback. I have no doubt about it. The staff, I can tell you that the staff that work with those kids was very excited. They thought this was a great thing.
I really do. And for what you do, for both of you, I mean, David, in your position as Director of Job and Family Services in Tuscarawas County, and Michaela as a journalist, and coming up with this neat idea, I just want to tell you, Michaela, I've never met you. You are touching a lot of your staff and the Department of Job and Family Services. You're touching these kids that it's going to be, and this is going to take off for you. I just know it is. God's going to bless you both, and I think it's a marvelous thing what you're doing. It's just an encouragement to these kids who come, I don't even know the background where they come from. I have no idea, but I'm sure there are a lot of hurting kids there, but you're there, both of you, to encourage them. I think it's great.
Well, thank you.
You know, and I just want to add, you know, part of the mission of Newsymom is not, you know, just to cover what's happening in the community, not just to be an outside media agency that's reporting on what's happening, but to actually immerse ourselves in the community and be a part of what's happening. And in my time as a journalist in this area, I have met countless people like David and worked with countless agencies like Job and Family Services and organizations that have inspired me personally. And that's why part of our mission through Newsymom.com is really to get involved and partner one step further with those agencies and be a part of what's happening.
David, before we go, and Michaela, how do you save somebody says, hey, you know what, I know a foster family, these children, they need encouragement. Do they contact you through Job and Family Services, or how does it work? Or
Well, sure. I mean, if they know a foster family, if they know foster kids, I think just being a positive role model for them is a great thing. We're always interested in anything we can do. As like every other government agency, we operate on a tight budget, and sometimes some little extra things don't always happen. So that's why we're excited about this program. You know, it's just another way to let our kids know that the community cares about them.
Michaela, do you need any volunteers to help you out, or your staff is enough?
Well, I'll tell you, we are not a non-for-profit agency, so we aren't really soliciting donations by any means, but at the same time, if someone feels compelled by this, that they want to give back, and they want to contribute to this program, they can absolutely do so. And, you know, they could always send those cards. We've had some of our readers wanting to contribute some cards to give back, and they can do that. They could probably bring those or send those to the Job and Family Services, and then we'll pick them up from there and definitely send those out.
Okay, how do they get in touch with you, David? Just is there a number they can call?
Sure, they can call our main agency phone number, which is area code 330-339-7791.
Okay. Before I go, David Haverfield, the Director of Job and Family Services, and Michaela Madison, founder of Newsymom, both of you, listen, I really mean this with all my heart. You are touching lives months down the road. You're going to hear from some of these kids. You're going to hear from the foster parents what an impact your whole staff, David, and your staff, Michaela, made an impact. They're going to remember this from years. They're going to remember this a long, long time. Bless you for what you do. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Take care.